Persistent, powerful, successful, and much more. That is the .357 Magnum, or the 9x33mm rimmed cartridge. Created in 1934, it was built on the .38 Special cartridge, became the very first Magnum round ever designed. Both the .357 Magnum and the .38 Special are similar in their dimensions. However, the .357 Magnum is a little bit longer to make sure it cannot be loaded into a chamber that's not rated for its pressure. Interestingly enough, the .38 Special cartridge can be loaded into a chamber for .357 Magnum, allowing for a less expensive and less powerful round to be used in the same gun whenever necessary. The differences in the performance of both rounds can hardly be overstated. A .38 Special round with standard pressure might hit with a force of 189 foot-pounds at a velocity of 810 feet per second. For a .357 Magnum, that would be 575 foot-pounds at a velocity of 1,440 feet per second. That, however, are very general numbers. As both are revolver cartridges, they can be loaded lightly or really hot without affecting the function of the gun. This is why .357 Magnum rounds can even reach 800 foot-pounds and more if pushed to the extreme. As important as the cartridge is, the gun that shoots it if you want to have a pleasant experience and hit the target. The following guns are some of the deadliest ever made for this round, so let's take a closer look at them. Number 6, Smith & Wesson Model 327 TRR8 Performance Center. Revolvers are an old design, but there are ways to move them into the 21st century. The Smith & Wesson Model 327 TRR8 Performance Center is a good example of that. This revolver tackles all the downsides that revolvers are known for. That includes capacity, the speed of reloading, and the lack of optics. This revolver comes with 8 rounds in the cylinder. That puts it into the realm of most 1911 style pistols and is much better than the typical 6 rounds a revolver comes with. For the reload, the cylinder is cut from moon clips. You can load it round by round, or you can use moon clips that holds all 8 rounds ready. This way, you load all of them in one move and inject them also all in one move. For the optics, this revolver comes with rails to attach red dots and lasers as you see fit. For an MSRP of $1,539, you get a gun with a weight of 35.2 ounces and an overall length of 10.5 inches. This rather low weight for its capacity is owed to the scandium frame. Other features include a C-trigger with trigger stops and a PC-tuned action. With an external hammer, you can shoot it in double action as well as in single action. Number 5, Smith & Wesson Model 27. Smith & Wesson was one of the first companies to come up with a design chambered in .357 Magnum. Dubbed the Model 27, it was introduced in 1935 in the middle of the Great Depression. Still, it immediately became a hit. This gun was in such high demand that, as an average, customers had to wait up to 4 years in order to get one of them. Still in production today, you can have it for an MSRP of $1,189. It comes with different barrel lengths ranging from 4 inches all the way to 10 and 5/8 inches. However, the rest of the gun is still largely the same as at the beginning, with one exception. It's a little bit sturdier now and able to take a steady diet of hot-loaded .357 Magnum rounds. With a 4-inch barrel, the revolver has an overall length of 9.3 inches with a weight of 42 ounces. Made from carbon steel, it sports a blued finish. The cylinder holds 6 rounds, which is the universal standard for revolvers of this size. Being a double-action, single-action revolver, you can shoot the rounds relatively fast or go single-action for some longer-range shots. Number 4, Colt Single-Action Army. The Colt Single-Action Army is the revolver of the Old West. It features in a ton of cowboy movies, no matter when they were set, even when they actually played in a time before the introduction of this gun. It comes in different variants and with different nicknames. One of them is the Peacemaker. Its greatest advantage was that it sits high and naturally in the hand, allowing for an intuitive pointing, giving you an advantage in any gunfight. Today, you still get it largely unchanged except maybe for the chambering. Were .45 Colt and .44-40 the most common calibers in the day, it's now also offered in .357 Magnum. The cylinder holds 6 rounds, but normally you'd only load 5. The reason for that is simple. The hammer comes with a firing pin which sits without any transfer bar right on the back of the round in the chamber. One hit on the hammer and the round goes off. To avoid that, keep the chamber under the hammer empty. Once you cock the revolver using the original spur, the revolver turns and the next chamber holding a round will take the place of the empty chamber. With a blued barrel and a colorful case-hardened frame, the revolver looks just great. Emptied, its weight is around 2 pounds, and loaded, it goes up to 3 pounds. As the name says it, this is a single-action revolver. That means that in order to shoot, you have to cock the hammer first. While this makes shooting much slower, it does enhance your motivation to aim carefully, and the trigger pull helps with accuracy. Number 3, Winchester 1873 Sporter. Called the gun that won the West, the Winchester Model 1873 is most probably the most famous of all lever-action rifles, and it is still being produced today. One of the variants is the 1873 Sporter chambered in .357 Magnum. It comes with an octagonal barrel with a length of 24 inches. It is case-hardened on the receiver and features a walnut grip stock with a satin finish. The rifle comes with the same semi-buckhorn rear sights and gold dot bead front sight for long-range shooting as did the original 1873. Loading is done through a gate on the right-hand sight, and the rifle holds up to 14 rounds in the tubular magazine. The receiver to tang is drilled and tapped so that a tang-mounted rear sight can be mounted for more precision at longer ranges. Number 2, Ruger LCR. Introduced in 2009, the Ruger LCR is a revolver made for concealed carry that is available in different chamberings, and one of them is .357 Magnum. It's a particularly small and light revolver, having a 1.87-inch barrel, an overall length of 6.5 inches, and a weight of 17.1 ounces. The extensively fluted cylinder holds 5 rounds and is made from high-strength stainless steel. The gun sports a matte black finish and the frame is made from 400 series stainless steel. The fire control housing is made of polymer. Thanks to the Togue Tamer monogrip, the felt recoil is reduced and the gun is controllable even when shooting .357 Magnum rounds. Other grips can be installed as well. The pinned ramp front sight with a white bar can be replaced as well. Without an external hammer, you get a snag-free draw, but you have to contend with a double-action only trigger. Thanks to the patented friction-reducing cam, the pull is non-stacking and smooth. Number 1, Magnum Research .357 Magnum Desert Eagle. The Desert Eagle from Magnum Research is a gun that does not need any introduction. Known from movies and computer games, it is one of the most recognizable guns in the market today. However, mostly it's shown as chambered in .50 Action Express, while there are other less well-known chamberings available as well. One of them is a lightweight version in .357 Magnum. The design works thanks to the recoil reduction system that the original Desert Eagle comes with. That makes this gun soft shooting even when using such a powerful cartridge. The system comes with a rotating bolt and works similar to the system that can be found in the AK-47. This makes the Desert Eagle in .357 Magnum shooting as smoothly as a Glock 19 chambered in 9mm. As a standard, the Desert Eagle comes with a 6-inch barrel and an overall length of 10.75 inches. Unloaded, it tips the scale at 4.5 pounds, not least because of the frame, barrel, and slide that are all made out of carbon steel. The capacity is 9+1 rounds. And these are the deadliest guns chambered in .357 Magnum ever made. Have you ever shot one of them, or do you own one of them? Let us know in the comments. If you're looking for a very powerful gun with which you can defend yourself and ruin the day of any attacker, with these picks, you cannot go wrong. Just make sure to carry the right one for the job. In the field, a Colt single-action Army or Smith & Wesson 327 TRR-8 is the right choice. The single-action Army more for hunting, and the TRR-8 more for self-defense. In the city, Ruger LCR is better as concealed carry is king, and for that, size and weight matter a lot.